Yo, what's the name of the podcast?
Trash Talk Experience.
I bet. Welcome to the Trash Talk Experience.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trash Talk Experience, coming to you live from multiple undisclosed locations in Sydney, Australia. I'm your host, Abob. We are deep in the trenches of lockdown. Kanye West still hasn't released Donda, and I am getting annoyed. I'm joined today by my good friends, Sun, Dort, and Trey. How you boys doing?
Bro, what did you expect? What did you expect from Kanye West, man? When does he ever drop anything on time?
Well, why are you expecting it's going to be like an amazing drop anyways? We all listened to it and it was like, yeah, it's good, but not amazing.
No, I actually loved it. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but he keeps pushing it back every week. Yeah, it is what it is.
I love Kanye, but I love old school Kanye.
Look,
I'm not
bro,
really into the whole like.
I'm waiting for that Heartbreak 101 type album with the divorce.
If that comes out, game over.
You should.
Yeah, I don't think
scrap this
so.
album.
This one definitely didn't sound like that. Anyway, yesterday
Imagine he probably just drops a completely different album. Like,
he might cancel it. He might just be like, Siebes, I don't want to put it out now.
Let me see. Watch Throne 2 and it just comes out. Jay-Z every track. Boom.
That's called
That's
the
definitely
Jay-Z
not
album.
happening. Anyway, yesterday, New South Wales government announced full lockdown for the whole state. 7 weeks too late, but well, we've been in lockdown for quite a while now. What have you guys been up to? Anything interesting been going on in your life?
I've been doing the usual stuff, like I've been trying to stay fit, and I've been doing sporadic amounts of fitness. And
It's a big word for you.
one of the I'm gonna whoop your ass right now. I've got guns now, man. No, but one of the things that happened to me, I actually took a tumble on my motorbike. So like, I'm fine, and I was going really slow. My motorbike basically slipped, and I was leaning too much and going too slow at a high gear. And I had most of my gear on. I didn't have any protective shoes or pants. So my work pants just completely like tore through the middle horizontally, and I got a pretty fat graze on my knee. But other than that, and a little graze on my ankle. Other than that, I'm good. I fixed my motorbike this weekend, and it's running fine now. So back to biking.
You guys think, I don't understand how you guys go back to biking straight away after getting into an accident.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
Me?
Yep.
No.
I think you had one, like you when you were parking in a bay, and I think we were together. Not
Hey,
exactly.
listen. That story doesn't need to be brought up.
No,
Please tell the story.
but
fair enough.
but yeah, you keep driving. Yeah.
No, but if you're that's not a car accident though. If you bump another car, that's not a car accident.
But I didn't even bump another car.
Trey just fell over on his own accord.
Dude, I was just, lost a bit of balance. It's like in the park, you're on like a seesaw or something. You lose a little balance and you fall over.
I reckon bike has made me fat, which is kind of scary because I've accepted it too. So I'll give you a precursor. We have been locked down for 8 weeks, and for first 2 weeks I was super busy with work. I used to start at 7 o'clock, finish at 7 p.m. Long days. So my entertainment every day was just riding for 1 hour. And somehow I used to sleep heaps during this time. So I realized there must be something with me riding bike and burning more calories. So I looked it up online. How many calories do you burn riding a motorcycle? It was
Trust Sun to do this.
No. It was because like I was sleeping too much. I was like, there must be a reason. And I was hungry too these days. So I read it online, 450 calories per hour. I was like, yo, this sounds kind of sus.
450?
450 calories from riding a bike.
Right.
Bro, you talking about bicycle or
No,
motorbike?
wait a second. So I was like,
No, I think you put bike and then just read it on Google.
You guys, you're spoiling my story right now. But yeah, pretty much that's what happened. So it said like you can burn 450 calories per hour. And I was like, yo, this is sick. So I was every time I used to drive, I used to go to a purpose. I used to go to a pastry shop. I used to go to a croissant shop. So I'll go on a nice ride. I'll eat croissant, pastries, whatever. Literally every single day just to get my calories back. Like one weekend I can see my face because it's getting a bit chubby and stuff. Then I look up again, just to double check it. How many calories do you burn riding motorcycle? 220 calories, which ain't that much. And you burn 180 calories just sitting. So you literally burn 20, 30 more calories. And I was eating croissants, meat pies just to compensate.
That's dumb, bro.
What have you been up to, Dort?
Me?
Making money, bro.
Getting into online fights.
Yeah. Let's go into that. Like, let's address that, bro.
Yeah, let's address this. Yesterday, as I was saying, New South Wales government announced further lockdowns, and Dort every day diligently provides us an update on what's been going on in New South Wales, how many cases we've had, and so on. Sun never takes it seriously, to be honest. So as always, Sun was just like, bro, stop talking about it or something like that.
Get
the facts straight. Someone was like, I'm just going to go 30 kilometers away.
No, I said it.
I'm like,
I said, thanks for letting me know. Otherwise, I would have gone.
Thing is that you still do. You still did. That's the point.
No, I didn't go. I didn't go, though.
You know how in his story he was like, oh, lockdown, so my only entertainment is bike riding? Cap, bro. Your only entertainment is whatever you're doing because you haven't been locked down.
No, thing is, I still follow. This is what I believe. I believe if I'm not, everything has to be for the purpose. If I'm going 30 kilometers for a purpose, which is mechanical workshop, I think it should be justified. I didn't end up going, which is a bit different. But
but what about all the times before?
No, I haven't been. I actually haven't been going out. Cool.
Let's slow down a bit. This is trash talk therapy, all right?
Sure thing.
Sun, how did it make you feel when Dort directed an accusatory tone towards you?
Honestly, I couldn't care less. Like when he said like in the clown emojis, I felt like it was a bit too far. But in my mind, I'm like, no hard feelings. It is what it is. Sometimes you see something, you just ignore it. Just was one of those times. It felt kind of annoyed, like him being all that's like All
right, Dort, I'm gonna give you the talking stick now. How did it make you feel when you realized Sun's putting everyone's health at risk?
Yeah, because he's clever.
How am I?
At that point, I was like, I can't stand by anymore. I'm going to call him back for it. And then he comes back with, oh, take it easy, champ. And I'm like, shut. Which is why I called him the clown. So he can be a little bit upset about it. He can do.
So I think,
classic Sun, brush it off, be like, oh, take it easy.
What hurt you more, Sun, when he called you a clown or when he called you an effing idiot?
Bro, honestly, nothing hurt me. I'm being legit right now. Like, no. I wouldn't. I think thing is, his mind is his perception. I can't change it, and I don't want to change it either. It's going to take some effort to convince him, and there's no point typing. I had a friend, like a good friend, mutual friend of us. He's like, "Hey, bro, are you fine?" Which is kind of him. Like, after he read the group chat. I'm like, bro, what are you on about? Like, then he tells the whole Dort thing, and I was like, we're grown-ups now. We can't take everything and get hurt by it. Regarding me breaking lockdown, I have no guilty conscience because I haven't broken per se. Like every time I've gone outside my 5-kilometer LGA, I've been twice, and it's both for getting mechanical parts for a motorcycle.
Hanging out your friend at your parents' restaurant and claiming that you're just providing food for them. That's not breaking lockdown laws.
Oh no, I was just messing, bro. That's just jokes.
Yeah, you were just messing, weren't you? Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna
bring it all out. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna bring it back to.
Oh no, I just did something wrong there.
No, I was just being
you can have this fight off the podcast. Okay, continue this fight off the podcast.
What fight, brother? There's no fight. Like this is just.
There's literally no fight.
Yeah, I think.
He's gonna call him out. He's gonna get mad at me. It's calm.
No, I wasn't mad at all, brother. I was just saying, take it easy, brother.
Sounds like a fight to me. So what I've been doing, have you guys ever tried Omegle?
Omegle?
Like when I was 16.
What have you been doing in your lockdown?
Bro, I went on Omegle last week.
You're bored.
Bro, you're so sus.
You're bored.
With my Abob mask on though.
You're so sus.
Can I ask you a question?
Bro, what do you mean? Amigo is notorious for one thing and one thing only.
Did he just wear the mask or did he wear everything else too? Just wondering.
Everything. So you can put your areas of interest and then you can find common people to speak to. So I put down Warzone. And then I found people that wanted to talk about Warzone with me, and it was fun.
Like Afghanistan, or as in like...
Oh, man, that's
not that type of Warzone.
You're out of your mind.
Speaking of Afghanistan, do you know the Taliban is on Clubhouse?
What is...
Yeah.
What is
so
that?
They
Clubhouse too. Not saying that we're related, Jesus Christ, but I'm on Clubhouse.
Do you know what Clubhouse is, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like that. You tell them, Dort.
It's basically it's a website where you can, or an app where you can chat to other people, and it's invite only. So if you get invited, you have 2 invites that you can give out to other people.
Oh,
and it first started off in San Francisco in the tech bubble area, where people would send it off to each other, and then you can create rooms and have like live speaking events, and then everyone can join via the app as long as you're actually part of the app. And you can only get the app if you've been invited to get the app. So
yeah,
everyone has
Taliban's been using that to communicate with each other.
Can you?
It was an interesting idea early days because a lot of like really, really high influential people and like a lot of like Silicon Valley heads were all using it, and then you could literally just jump into a call and listen to what they were saying with each other, as in like they would have two people chat to each other like a forum. But nowadays, literally, so many people on Clubhouse right now, it's kind of convoluted. But early days, it got popular because like Elon Musk and all that stuff was using it too.
But then, by definition, you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, etc., who knows Elon Musk.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah,
But
I would have known that before.
6 degrees of separation or whatever that's called. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a random topic.
Go
And
on.
it came across my newsfeed. Celebrities were coming out of the woods.
Taliban on the Clubhouse wasn't the random topic.
No. That's old news, bro.
that's the standing
I went
agenda,
on
bro.
there. I spoke to them.
Bro, I guarantee you, this is what he does. Abob goes on Omegle and tries to practice conversations with other people. So that he has topics that he lists on. He starts talking about Taliban on Clubhouse. Like,
I'm doing my research for the podcast.
that's
Okay,
how-
I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. I'm doing my research.
No. That's how he recruits people to listen to the podcast. What's up,
I
Omegle
did.
followers?
I did. I met this guy from South
Oh
Korea
my
while I was
God.
talking about Warzone, and I recommended the podcast to him.
This Abob's marketing tactic.
Bro,
where
come
did
up
you
with
meet
a better scheme. Come up with a better scheme and let me know.
Where was he from? This dude.
South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah.
That's mad.
He kept saying, I very enjoy Jew. I very enjoy Jew.
Bro, stop.
And
Bro,
then I
don't
was
do
like, what the
that.
hell?
Like-
What he was, and then I figured out what he was saying is like, I very enjoy like talking to you.
Oh,
Okay, we got that much. Thank you.
Yeah, so it was a fun conversation. I'm not gonna lie.
you guys boyfriends
We should
now?
all do it as a group once we're out of lockdown. Anyway, I want to bring up the random talk that I was talking about. So yeah, celebrities were coming out of the woods talking about, their showering habits. So yeah, some of these celebrities included, what's his face? Jake Gyllenhaal, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher. What they were saying is, you don't need to necessarily shower until you see dirt on your skin or you start to smell. So they don't shower every day, which was quite alarming to me. What do you guys think about
Bro,
this
I
situation?
reckon that's the best way forward. I'll give you the idea.
Mhm.
I'll give you the reason. What is the most advanced civilization? The one that invented the maths. Guess. Indians.
Better than Mac.
Indians,
Greek?
bro.
Oh, wait, what?
Now think about it. Indians don't take shower. They don't have bathrooms.
Oh.
Designated shit in
Stop.
streets, bro. And
That's so wrong.
and
There's
next,
other reasons.
No.
It's not
I'm
because
saying they're the
there's
next
one.
superpower. They have broken down. So what's common between them and the celebrities? I reckon that's the way forward for us too. So I think that could be a good idea, Bobby.
Outrageous, bro. Just
I'm
to
looking
clarify.
No, have you ever
showers, like,
thought
great
about? I mean, I'm saying that's what made them great. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Anyway, can you guys go without showering a day?
No, I can't. But I feel like, in fairness to what Sun's saying, not necessarily about the Indians, but the fact that it might be the best way forward, because I feel like we've been kind of programmed to feel dirt a lot or feel dirty quite quick. Because I take a shower every day, and if I don't, I feel pretty gross. But if I wasn't used to taking a shower every day, I probably wouldn't feel that gross that quickly.
Yeah, I take showers every like 1 to 3 days. I don't have even like 4 sometimes a stretch, depending on how busy I
There you
am.
go.
Nah, bro, you
And
stink, bro.
if you
need
don't
to
feel
shower
dirty,
every
then there
day.
it is.
Your feet stink, bro. You need to shower every day.
That's
Go
not
on.
basketball, man.
No, Trey.
Bro, Trey's feet
No.
are... Bro, it's actually, honestly, it's a curse.
It's a medical
It's
condition.
capital punishment.
It's a medical condition. I haven't figured out which one, but
You need to shower every day.
Unbelievable. But the thing is,
I can't even change clothes without having a shower.
That's weird. What, you
Yeah,
take a shower 3 times a day?
I shower twice a day.
Bro,
bro, you
Yeah.
know, I'm pretty sure I read an article about excess showering, and it's actually not good for you.
It's terrible for your skin, especially if you hot shower. Especially if
No,
you hot shower.
I do
he
cold
cold
showers.
showers,
I
he
stick
said.
to cold showers, yeah.
Even in winter, I try to get back into cold showering right now.
No,
Bro, I'm a solo man, bro. I'm just like, thugging it out with cold showers in winter.
You're what?
Thugging it out.
Right, I heard tugging it out. I was like, man.
respect.
You hear what you want to hear, bro.
I don't know, man. You're on Omegle now. So I don't know what to
Bro,
believe.
legit, it's super fun. We need to go. We need to go on it. We need to go next time.
I'm not joining your cult.
Anyway, we're going to take a little bit of break and then come back and discuss really important issues happening in the world. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the second segment. We're going to be talking about something quite serious and quite big. Early in the week, I asked in the group chat what you all want to talk about. Normally, I'd put it out on Mondays. And then to my great surprise, Sun goes and says, let's talk about climate change. So I agreed. I was like, oh yeah, climate change makes sense because it's timely at the moment. The what's called the IPCC, it's like a UN division. They recently put out the climate report, so it's timely. Oh yeah, perfect. We'll talk about it. And then Sun goes, what the hell is that? So clearly he wasn't thinking about the IPCC report. He just randomly thought about climate change.
And I just saw a video on Facebook of this fires in Greece, I think.
Yeah, there's fires in Greece right now.
What did the report say?
What they're saying is basically
we're definitely going to get hotter by 1.5 degrees.
Is that a bad thing?
There was a point where we've got to try and change so we didn't get that, but they're like literally nothing we do now won't change that.
Yeah, so they're saying the Earth's climate is changing 100% and it's irreversible to a point.
Yeah.
But is that a bad thing?
Yes.
How come?
Well, increasing 1.5 degrees.
Yes.
We've seen droughts in a lot of areas. We've seen ice melting a lot, increased flooding, increased bushfires, changing.
See, I came prepared. I saw a video on YouTube. Was a video on YouTube. This was like maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and they had 2 cups of water. One of them was straight up water. Other cup had water and ice in it. Yeah. By the time ice melted, there was same amount of water. What does that prove? Ice melting does not do anything.
What?
The water remains.
Bro, what the hell? Okay, before we even discuss like climate change in general, do you believe it's real, Sun?
Bro, okay. Actually, this is the honest question from you guys. Do you guys believe there's a small land causing a conflict between Palestine and Israel? Small land. There's a small land which is a cause of conflict between India and Pakistan, Kashmir. Right. You tell me there is oceans full of water, no one's fighting over it. I don't believe, bro, anything like that.
No, what does that have to do with climate change?
We're fighting over small pieces of land, and you tell me there is empty ocean with a lot of water. I don't believe in that stuff, man.
No, but what does that have to do with climate change?
I don't believe in oceans for starters. That makes me skeptical of everything else that comes along with it.
This is the same guy I had beef with over lockdown laws. The same guy.
So confused. Are you saying you don't believe there's a vast ocean?
Bro, tell me logically, we're fighting for small pieces of land for generations. Yeah. And you think they have an ocean full of water that can be taken water out of so we can have land.
I don't think so. He gets what climate change is.
I don't think desalination.
He doesn't understand what an ocean is either. So
I don't think desalination is cost effective yet, right?
But also, people can't live in the ocean yet, which is why they're not.
No, he's saying.
I reckon this is just to distract you guys. Climate change nonsense.
No, I think he's saying because there's a very important riverway that runs through the 3 countries of India, Kashmir, or lands of India, Kashmir, and Pakistan, and he's saying one of the main reasons of fighting over that is because political power. If you own that river,
no, Trey,
he has no
idea of what you're saying. He's just making stuff up. Trust me, he's just making stuff up. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about is I know.
Okay, well,
Sun,
go on.
Sun, you can prove to us if you believe climate change or not later. So it should have been the biggest news item, but like in general, it lasted a day. Like it's not covered. Like coronavirus is like obviously dominating the news cycle. Why do we as humans sort of not care about as much about the climate as we do about other issues?
Gladys butter chicken more important, bro. 11 a.m.
Butter chicken. Gladys butter chicken. Yeah.
What do you think, Dort?
Me, genuine answer, because we don't report on it enough, and it doesn't directly affect us. Like directly affect individually any of us. You can live immediately. It won't directly affect you. You can like put all your lights on, put your showers on 24/7, etc., etc. Do anything that might be environmentally harmful, and it won't.
You mean immediate, like an immediate effect?
Yeah, there's no immediate direct effect that will affect you, which is why we don't care enough about it.
The thing is, we can't change ourselves much either, too. That's the thing.
There's a lot of things you can change. Like recently, you know bread tags? You know the small little tag you get at the end of the bread bag? That is non-reusable. Well, they don't reuse it, and it goes into landfill, and it's something like, I can't remember how much, but it's a stupid amount of that just gets thrown out. And only recently, last week, one of the brands, I think Helga's, replaced it with a cardboard tag. The most simple change will save thousands, hundreds of thousands of tons of plastic waste.
Why is that not on regulators instead of individuals?
No, that's what I think. So I think it's actually really interesting. Just to give you a quick case study, Coca-Cola early back in the days, they went from glass bottles to plastic bottles because it was more cost effective for them. And then once everyone in the world started using them, obviously we were having way too much plastic waste. And then they came out with a campaign saying, you guys need to recycle, you guys need to reuse and make the world a better place, and shifted all the blame onto the people. And since then, we've had a huge blame on the people rather than the corporations. Like, if you didn't want to make it in plastic bottles, just make it in glass bottles, then no one
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You having a keep cup and not drinking coffee, so it's not going to change shit.
Exactly. It's actually the corporations that
exactly.
change than us. But then we as the customers have always been predisposed to the fact that we're the ones that are wrong.
What you guys are forgetting is we are talking about it from a very privileged position. Like, most of the people around the world don't even have the privilege to care about climate change.
That's true.
Because they're worried about, as Sun was saying, Afghanistan or whatever, these countries. They're just worried about surviving. It's very few people, especially in Australia, we're living over here. It's very few people that can even care about the climate. That's what people take up issue with Greta Thunberg is. You know how she is very... she's a young person, right? What she's saying is correct, but what people take up issue is like majority of the world can't care about the climate like we can, because they don't have basic needs being met. So that's what causes the issue.
Don't listen to her, man. She's just trying to get out of school. I'm sick of it.
I think the only person we should listen to fix a problem is Christ. He is the way.
But if you actually look at models and predictions for climate change, it is very, very depressing.
Okay, in this regard, I was reading it for this podcast. Even if the climate change goes, it flips over. It's going to be more rain in certain regions like Russia and Northern Hemisphere. Deserts will become into forests. Like, it's going to affect. It's not. But that's what the model, like, what they predict, like, if the reserves in Antarctica could be... Yeah, so
seasons
it's not
the timeline of seasons will change.
And it's not all doom and gloom in that regard. Like, obviously, this is what we know.
The thing is, the positives are so minuscule and the negatives will be so heavy that even if it starts raining in Russia, that doesn't change the fact that
Sahara will become, the whole land will become
but it will flood so much we'll probably end up killing ourselves.
It won't just become a forest, it will just flood it, and it'll have all these issues.
People don't live in the Sahara anyway now. People don't live in the Sahara, so they're not going to move there.
Sulfuric acid production.
But I'm saying we should not all be like doom and gloom. There could be some advantages to...
we're gonna
discuss. Bob was saying, it's not even comparable. Cons outweigh the pros by a country mile.
We're going to come back to this point.
Knowledge is,
we're going to come back to this point. What I wanted to ask is, like, all the time people, try to put the blame on someone about climate change. Like, such and such, as we were talking about, like, it's the big industries, this, that, the other. Who do you think is the most to blame for the current predicament we're in?
Gladys. Yeah, I think he's right.
You guys are anti-Gladys.
Gladys is to blame for a lot of issues at the moment.
She said, I can't work from Monday, bro. That sucks. Like... But she is paying you $450 in it, like, very soon. She would be. Now I want to get Xbox, so yeah, that's cool. I'll take my bad votes back.
Son, I think actually a rough situation for you. One of the biggest producers of carbon emitters is the agriculture industry. So meat production and stuff like that, dairy, meat, everything like that.
Methane production is unbelievable in the beef industry.
What they recommend is, if we are to reduce the emissions from those, we need to go vegan. Are you in favor of that?
Bro, honestly, I couldn't care less.
No,
like, if it tastes the same, I would.
You would die without meat.
No, but bro, I'm gay, but does not mean I can die without. I can suppress my desires, but
I'm what?
I can live without my meat, but yeah. You got it now.
Remember we went to that in the city. We went to that vegan place, and how much you hated that.
Yeah. So this dips place was the highest rated vegan place, which was affordable. It wasn't like the Little Buddha, which is like $50.
Yeah.
But this was like highly rated, 4.7 stars. They had vegan drumsticks, which were soy drumsticks.
Yeah.
And they expected us to eat it with tomato sauce, which is like, it wasn't camouflage. There was no mayonnaise and nothing to hide the flavor.
Yeah.
It was poisonous, bro, like legit.
Would you be able to survive on that and give up meat?
See, honestly, meat does not provide me with anything apart from taste. If you can give me like a miracle pill taste like cheeseburger, I would eat it.
Oh, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is if you can replicate it in a better way, then that's what will happen. So many places are coming up with fake meat solutions, or labs are coming up with legit fake meat that's built off like a lot of like soy or tofu or whatever. Sorry, I know tofu's made from soy, but like, you know what I mean? Just a lot of things that are naturally resourcing and that aren't as like carbon emissive.
I don't think
genuinely, if someone brings a fake steak in front of you, it tastes and smells and is the texture of a steak, you're gonna eat it.
For sure. Trey, what were you saying?
I don't think it needs to be one extreme or another. You can still heavily cut your meat consumption, and if everyone does the same, it would still heavily reduce the meat industry.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? For a cow to produce for us to get 1 kilogram of meat from cow, it consumes so much resources and so much, it produces so many emissions.
Carbon, methane.
Yeah. So we need to basically cut it all out for us to have any chance.
So do you reckon we should kill the cows then?
Not
Because
kill them.
eventually,
I think we go back to hunter-gatherer.
Well, if we kill them, we might as well eat them then at that point.
yeah. So like, yeah.
That's the thing. If we keep eating them, then we keep creating demand for them, which is why people keep doing
But thing is, if we don't kill them, then they eat all the grass, and then there's no carbon and oxygen. I mean, and then we die anyways.
No, I just see
So
them
we
becoming. I just see them
We have
becoming.
to kill them to survive, bro. Cows are our enemies. We need to consume to procreate.
Bro, people in India are gonna hate you, bro, for saying that. Anyway, how willing do you think humans are to give up like modern day luxuries for the climate? We were
Not
talking
willing.
about it in general.
Unwilling.
Privilege, man. People
Like
come into so much privilege, including us, like all four of us.
Like we blame the government and big industries and stuff like that, but like, what are we doing about it? Because one thing is like, you can't stop humans from breeding. We're going to be growing up in population continuously, and more population means more carbon emissions.
What do you mean? We are stopping people from breeding.
Breeding? Who?
Yeah,
You
that's why
reckon?
we legalize.
What is something you like doing? Like say for a son, are you willing to give up meat for the rest of your life?
Bro, it's not a part of my life. Like, I don't think about it that way.
So you like if you were just on a strictly
We're just friends.
vegetable diet, would you be able to survive?
I mean, if I have to, I will. But like, if I don't have to, then I would eat my nuggets. I would eat my have my frozen cook. I will eat my McChicken or whatever. Like, it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay. The other thing they say is like construction. Construction of big buildings and stuff like that. That's a huge proponent of emissions. Would you willingly give up your career?
Nah, fuck that, bro. No chance. No chance. This is one thing we draw lines. I reckon construction. Okay, so I'm actually doing a research for this for carbon emissions, and construction building, the biggest source of emissions is post-construction when you have usage of electricity. 65% of actual carbon is through its life cycle, which is like through electricity, heating, natural gas for the building. So construction is obviously a big cause, but the post-construction work, which is like people consumption, that is the biggest cause of carbon emissions.
No, but like, what's your opinion on like building big buildings? Why don't they replace it with like, more structured housing or like structured buildings rather than building tall buildings, which are...
There's just demand, bro.
It's
If
cheaper.
a company says, I want to make a building, who's going to say no to them?
I think the biggest solution to climate change is really targeting the rich people's hearts, right? So you go straight for their waterfront properties and tell them that in 10 years it's going to be gone.
They wouldn't care, bro. They'll just move somewhere else.
But
Yeah.
then
They'll
they
be like
lose 5
beachfront
mil
property. We don't want that. We're going mountaintop properties now. Mountaintop properties are the thing now.
No, but like I've said before, overpopulation is going to be our biggest issue very, very soon.
Yeah, we're dealing with that.
10 billion very soon.
Do
Worldwide.
you reckon Corona was designed by Jesus to fix this issue?
Honestly, a lot of pandemics, a lot of like global like thousands of years ago, like wiping events. What was the Black Plague killed what? What was the percentage of the world?
Yeah, it was quite a significant. I don't think so.
It was a
Like,
significant percentage. I can't remember what it was. But a significant amount of people died, and that reset a lot of things for a lot of people.
And then people say he just doesn't have a plan, bro. He thinks about all about stuff.
The other thing they say is air travel. Like us traveling. What if they start putting restrictions like you can only travel once a year, or you can only
They're not
catch
gonna do that,
a flight once a year?
I have a good solution for that. I think every plane should be Malaysian airline.
Wait, what?
If we replace all the world fleet with Malaysian airplanes crew, I think we can fix that issue too.
Do you know what it means, Trey?
I'm lost.
Remember the Malaysian Airlines flight that went missing?
Bro.
Oh my god, bro!
MH370 or whatever it was.
Yes, sir. MH370.
Oh my god!
Why do you remember?
I'm running into aviation.
How did he so quickly come to think of it? I don't know if I would be willing to give up air travel, but I love traveling. I would love to go every time. But they said that's one of the biggest emitters.
Bro, do you hear, like in lockdown, just to keep the planes going and stuff, they were giving people joyrides where you could jump in a plane, they'll fly it up,
yeah.
like a couple of hours, and land it back down.
Yeah,
with paying or without paying?
No, you have to pay.
Paying.
Who would do it for free?
What's
bro?
wrong with that? No, what's wrong with that then?
This stupid.
You're just sitting in a plane, not going anywhere.
No, thing is, it keeps the planes running. Because imagine if the plane does not work after this, then what happens?
That is the argument, which I kind of understand, and they do need to make some sort of like money to maintain the actual airline. So I can understand it, but it seems so like dumb.
Yeah, in hindsight, but
Like,
they must have
as a passenger, I don't understand why I'd ever pay for that. To go experience flying and come back to the same destination.
With the kind of money you have, it surprises me, man.
Yeah, honestly. Bro, first class tickets cost like upward of $21,000. Makes no
Yeah,
sense.
I'm saying about your portfolio being up 60% today. I don't know why you're questioning about some certain pocket change. This should not bother you.
60% of a little money isn't a lot.
It's just,
What do you guys think
be
about
worse,
what if they start banning like petrol cars, like you have to go electrical?
That will honestly be pretty soon.
Go sack yourself.
That'll be pretty soon. But
Petrol
so that's the thing. It's interesting because Trey and Sun, I'm not sure about you, Abob, but Trey and Sun really into cars and bikes, right? Like you like the petrol, you like running on stuff like that. A lot of my mates are really into petrol heads. I've never cared about cars ever. Like I'm happy to get an electric, the lowest emissions possible, the one that will just get me A to B, and the rest of your.
I actually find petrol head very offensive. Can you rescind your comment?
Oh, sorry.
What is a gearhead?
Yeah. What do you like to be called? A guy who likes cars.
Call me an enthusiast. Is it that hard?
Yeah, car enthusiast.
I think stupid head.
No, that is fair. That is fair. That was negative connotations.
Yeah, there was.
I like the only thing I like with petrol is my lawnmowers, bro. Electric lawnmowers are crappy, but petrol ones
Petrol smells nice too. Let's be real.
it smells nice. It smells
Petrol does
lovely.
smell nice.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I've heard you guys say today. Anyway, we're gonna
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Anyway, we're gonna take a little bit of break and like finally wrap this thing up. Peace. All right, welcome back everybody to the final segment. We over here at the Trash Talk Experience are very open-minded, I would say. So let's discuss. Sun already brought this up early on. What are the benefits of climate change, if there are any?
So for this podcast, I felt like I had to do some research. So I did the contrarian research because that's what my thing is. But I was reading through Reddit and it actually made sense to me. Why is
What
Dort
did it say?
And Dort scared me for a second.
Yeah, what you doing, though, man? You look like you're staring someone down.
I was trying to say. I couldn't understand it.
Yeah. So I was on Reddit about like how climate change can be actually good. But thing is, yin and yang. Anything negative has a positive connotation.
Right.
So we have to understand, like, if someone's getting, some places getting hotter, some places getting cooler too. This equilibrium, law of equol.
Where is it getting cooler?
No, northern hemisphere.
Why?
Like Russia and stuff. Because south is melting. I mean, it's getting hotter in south, so it's getting cooler in north. It's law of equivalent. It's I got.
What book do you read, bro? Where do you find this?
No. There is a scientific formula. It's called law of equivalent exchange.
I know that.
Yes.
I read it about it in a TV. Yeah, no, I was just from Full Metal, bro.
Full Metal Alchemist. You have to give something. You have to get something in return.
Yeah. So I reckon like if some places getting hotter, some other places getting colder, you're losing more. You're losing ice. You're getting more water. So you got to think holistically. It's not all bad.
Right. So people have more water to drink now. and there is a drought crisis in some parts of the world. So
some places are getting flooded. So that's how we have evolved. Some people will die, some people will survive. This is how we evolved to current day.
So you're thinking survival of the fittest?
Not entirely, bro. But this is not what I think. This is what Jesus has chosen a path for us.
Okay, fair enough. Shout out to Jesus. Trey, do you have any?
Biggest Jesus dude in the last podcast.
Something's happened.
Sunday, brother.
Actually, once it happens, Greta might not be so outspoken, and that's always a positive.
You stink, man. You stink.
Bro, she'll go back to school, get an education. I'm rooting for her.
Well,
my thinking was, I don't think so. There's any direct benefits of climate change. It all looks doom and gloom,
Bro,
but there are a
pessimistic.
lot of let me be pessimistic. There are a lot of indirect, I think, benefits of climate change happening.
Like?
You know how like they show in alien movies when like the aliens come, the world bands together.
Yeah.
I don't think so that will happen. But what would end up happening is a lot of people worry about issues that aren't really issues, and that might cut it out.
Yeah, that's fair. Like we focus on like the more important things.
Not more important things, only important things.
Yeah, fair.
There's a lot of issues out there which are
like people are going to be good, as you just said. Like in those movies, the world bands together. I guarantee if aliens come, the world's just going to have a pissing contest about who takes down the aliens.
Yeah, that's what I fear at the same time.
Yeah, they're all going to be beefing with each other rather than actually focusing on the aliens. It's going to be so weird.
Remember that movie 2012?
That was weird but decent. Do you remember that movie? What's the one?
No, but
what's his name? The action guy in Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise. And then the aliens come, and then the massive like
War of the Worlds.
Huh?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, and then literally the whole like they build up this massive plot of the movie being like, oh, these aliens are gonna take over, and then the next scene for like the hour and a half, and then the next scene they all die because they couldn't acclimatize to to the world's climate.
Really?
Shut up, man.
So dumb.
The drop bears killed
The
them.
dumbest movie, man. It's the dumbest.
But it just throws you off, and I think it works in that regard.
Bro, 2012, that movie was such a meme. It made so much money though still because, like people wanted to see if the Mayans were right, if that will become true or not. I remember watching it and thinking the same thing. But yeah, like it in the movies, they show like the world somehow bands together. But yeah, in reality, as we were saying, people would just kill each other quicker
100%.
if the world started
100%.
to go climate change. Yeah.
Bro, it's the same. It's like literally the thing as what happens in Oh man, I'm forgetting all the movie titles where everyone has like that hour or like that night to kill each other.
Purge.
Huh?
The Purge.
The Purge.
The
yeah.
Purge.
If people are given the opportunity to do something bad, they'll take that opportunity.
No, bro.
Wasn't there a Rick and Morty episode about it?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
But do you reckon? Okay, so the concept behind the episode was if you give people organized crime, they'll cut down crime at the other times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I do.
I disagree. There's no innate.
Why?
There's no innate need to commit crimes.
No, when
I
people
think
see
there is.
opportunity, they'll take opportunity. If people from like tough conditions, they'll find opportunity.
But then you're allowing crimes to happen, enabling.
Trey, do you speed? First of all, this is a random question, but I'll try to relate it back. Do you speed sometimes?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well, why do you speed? Because
Occasionally.
I mean, like because you feel like you're doing something wrong, and like you just want to
No,
get the
not
thrill.
because I don't feel like doing something wrong. I enjoy speeding.
But there is like if everyone was speeding, like let's say in Autobahn, like in Germany, it wouldn't be such a big stigma behind it, and then you wouldn't speed in random roads. You just speed in the particular road.
No, I probably still would speed in random roads.
But this is you speaking from a place of lack right now because you haven't sped all the time, so you try to find enjoyment. But if you got exposed to speeding all the time, then you wouldn't want to do it.
Well, I mean, just look at Prohibition, 1920s, 1930s era in New York. They banned alcohol. Alcohol consumption rose to limits it never had been. So they had to reintroduce alcohol because they had to reduce the amount of alcohol consumption.
Yeah, I agree.
We're getting sidetracked. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. Do you think animals do you think animals and like fish and stuff like that, they'll be like, karma, you've been ruining our lives. If climate change comes through, we'll be happy that it comes through.
No,
do you think animals will be in favor?
The fish just wants to glub glub, man. They don't care about anything else.
Glub glub. On the real, how did Noah get every single fish species on the ark? You tell me that.
Bro, he had a massive ship.
He didn't need to get it on the ark. If the water level was rising, why would fish need to be on the ark?
Yeah, true.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Bro,
No,
birds
no,
are
it's
flying,
not-
man.
This is good. These are the questions we need to ask, bro. No one's asking these questions.
In all seriousness, though, like, I don't think that there's any benefits of climate change at all. Anyway, do we have any recommendations to governments around the world for fixing the climate?
Stop licking the rich people's assholes and actually do something.
I reckon the best way to fix climate change is to kill people, but in the humane way.
Yeah, like COVID.
we have a solution right now going around in society called AstraZeneca.
But yeah, Thanos might have had it right. Like, killing half the population
I'm not even
might be
kidding.
the
I kind of
answer.
like when I was thinking about it, I kind of was like, yeah, Thanos isn't inherently wrong.
I mean, yeah, he had a point, and like
He had a
I think that's what.
But
Because he was.
how did he? Like, he randomized it, right?
fully
He randomized like.
He never cared
Yeah.
about who it was. He,
Alright, so why don't we just have a
Oh, Trey dropped off. His point wasn't going to be anything good
I think
anyway.
that's the joke. I think that's the joke.
It was a sign.
Or maybe Thanos already snapped this
That's
thing
what I'm
and
saying.
Trey
That's
went
the
away.
joke. He jumped out. That's it. That's funny.
Do you reckon he thought of it?
100%.
No, he didn't.
Uh-huh.
I think it just happened. Anyway, so like, how do you think they should decide? Like, if they had to completely randomize it, or they should have some sort of decision making?
Are we
If
actually
you're a
Bro-
criminal,
killing people?
you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'll tell you why, bro. They're asking construction workers to get AstraZeneca because they don't like us. I'm telling you. Legit. Have you heard of Sunday Fun? The AstraZeneca supplies.
Bro,
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
they're asking everyone to get AstraZeneca. They don't care anymore. They're asking everyone to get it.
Everyone not important.
No, they said anyone, please go get AstraZeneca. You had your first jab, right? How was it?
No, I didn't get it because I read it somewhere. You can get $350 or $400 to get a jab.
Yeah.
So I was just waiting for other areas to get corona before I get
No,
that
bro,
jab.
this guy.
So you literally just
explained
lied
it. It's
before
not
you said you got your
$400
first
to
jab.
get a jab.
Sorry,
You lied before when you said you got your first jab.
I was just messing, bro.
Yeah, see, this is where I know the lockdown laws have been broken.
Yeah. You know a solution they recommend. Have you guys looked into geoengineering?
No, what's that?
Geoengineering is like them, creating a big umbrella out of satellites around the world, so it like restricts the amount of sunlight coming in.
It's not feasible.
Change.
Yeah.
Right, I thought we were talking about AstraZeneca. No, that's pretty sick.
No,
I've
no,
seen
no.
that in like movies and stuff where you have like a massive shade. But sunlight is so necessary for most life. I don't think that's ever going to work.
Yeah, they're not gonna restrict all the sunlight. They're gonna like allow only certain amounts to come in, or kind of thing. They have that.
That would be such a cost inefficient way because you'd spend so much trying to do shit like that.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's exactly going to be something sunshade. It could be just kind of particles that stop those particular
It's UV light
emission.
that's the main
yeah.
issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They even go as far as purposely putting out sulfuric acid into the air, so it traps the amount of sunlight coming in as well.
That's so dumb, bro.
They've thought about these
So
things. They've thought
dumb.
about these things. No, they could do this, and we have no control over
That's
it.
the dumbest shit I've heard.
Yeah.
Put sulfuric
Then they
acid
have,
in the air
like-
to stop the sun.
Then they have things like, making big plates of glass around like empty spaces, so it reflects the sunlight back into the air.
Yeah. There you go.
Stuff like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Burn
the
the sun
solution
itself.
is. Maybe Thanos' solution might work.
Bro, I don't know what to eat for food tonight. I can't give this kind of solutions. So, yeah, you guys are experts here.
Yeah, if they haven't figured it out, we're on Trash Talk Experience. We're not going to be.
Bro,
figuring
honestly,
that out.
like I reckon in like 1,000 years, if humanity makes it to that point, they're gonna have some sort of really, really tough question about whether or not we start culling the population. Assuming
What do you?
no population.
I
controls.
think certain people have already thought about it. Like certain people think tanks have already
100%.
started thinking about it.
But I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's going to take action until a while later. But there's going to be, if not population controls, they're going to have massive, like, really, really tough issues to deal with. And at that point,
You're
I don't
kind of
think
assuming we have control over that. It could be something outside of control, like the father making a decision for us and just having some kind of natural calamity, which is like corona,
Yeah.
that wipes a significant population out.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe
they could, like-
maybe Corona was man-made. Who knows, right?
Mm,
Or maybe they could make males impotent.
uh,
I don't think that's
So we can't breed, bro.
but then, then you will just never have more kids.
No, we only allow certain people to do it.
I mean, honestly,
only
that would probably be
only people with
Yeah.
Pfizer and Moderna.
that would probably be the more humane way of going about it, and let everyone
Yeah.
live their life, but you make them impotent. Which why are we saying this? This is not actually solutions we're providing, but it's guesstimation.
No, we just brainstorm.
Yeah, we're
Like, you have
guesstimating
to,
what happens 1,000
you
years
just
down
have
the
to
line.
put it out there. Let the experts think about it. Anyway, I think that's it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Good search, boys.
I don't know where the hell Trey went, but yeah, thank you guys for listening. As always, check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and please follow us on our Instagram, Trash Talk EXP. Yeah, check us back next week.
Let's go.
Thanks for listening.
Peace.
I just want
Bye.
to take
Bye.